Hello, welcome to Shittywebcomics Weekly, brought to you by Seeing Into the Mind of God, Become Pay Pig, and God.
Power of the Mind of God and anime on our side.
The awesome power of a 60-watt bulb. But anyways, just another really quick, we're doing a handful of quick episodes, and we're sort of gearing up to have a bunch of more expanded episodes. There's going to be like a bizarre mix of Shittywebcomics Weekly episodes up to like probably 250, something like that. We're actually very close to episode 250. That's pretty cool. Literally, that means 250 weeks of us having done Shittywebcomics Weekly episodes. We're going back, way back to Chainsaw Suit, something that we used to generally read on the blog version of Shittywebcomics, the old
I used to read
text version.
I used to read them just anyway. I would read Chainsaw Suit comics. It was like one of the few webcomics I would ever bother with.
Yeah, I think it was one of the few we recommended. I always liked it. Here's this one I have no idea how old this is. The file name's just a bunch of numbers. They're actually, no, wait. It says 2012 0112.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, this is over 10 years ago, closer to fucking 15. But it's the popped collar bro. Instead of him being evil or stupid, like the anti-thinker would be. I mean, not that the anti-thinker was evil or stupid or bad. He was always the actual cool one, of course.
This is my favorite character.
Yeah, but popped collar bro guy saying, maybe I'll have an Irish car bomb, like they're at the bar, of course. And the other dude, wearing a backwards hat, says, ha ha, I can't believe that's a drink. And then the popped collar bro says, make it 2 car bombs. Backwards hat guy says, I'll have a Sudanese civil war. Popped collar guy says, let me get an apartheid. Yeah, wouldn't we all like one of those right now? The backwards hat
get an apartheid.
Backwards hat guy says, can I have the Holocaust was not a big deal? I'm not sure he's ordering a drink anymore.
Oh man, but that is a drink I want now.
The joke really isn't that the drinks have crazy names. It's that it's inherently funny to say offensive things that you're not supposed to say. That's the joke, and you know what? It's always a good one.
Freedom. We don't have freedom of speech to talk about the weather.
Just like Calvin said, we don't have freedom of speech anymore, before he dropped several N-bombs in front of his own mom. But not Hobbes, of course. That would be wrong.
No. You can't do that.
Was Hobbes black-coded? I don't know. I don't think so. No. The answer to that, of course, is no. Here's just one other Chainsaw Suit. This one is especially good, from 2011 0405. So a wonderful April. It's the first panel is guy with guitar saying, it's so awesome that geek rock music is taking hold. Music for smart people at last. Crowds cheering. The second one is sort of zoomed out, in front of a big crowd while he's on stage, and he says, my first song is called Epic Bacon Pirates. And then the third and last panel, see, it didn't need to be 4 panels, it would only need to be 3. And he says in the last panel, after that I'll play Zombie Ninja Epic Bacon Epic Carl Sagan. You said epic twice. He likes epic. I like epic. Yeah.
He's way into that.
They're way. I like epic. The Faith No More song, classic. Oh,
and
it's funny that apparently the big beef between Mike Patton and or Faith No More and versus Red Hot Chili Peppers was the Red Hot Chili Peppers guy was like, they just ripped off our whole look and all that shit. Which, first of all, I can, I'll go with that. Yes, it's true. Faith No More ripped off Red Hot Chili Peppers. Here's the real problem. Faith No More did it better. Faith No More
Yeah,
ripping off Red Hot Chili Peppers is better than Red Hot Chili Peppers
yeah.
anything.
Fuck their look. I don't give a shit about their look. How about their music? Faith No More is infinitely better.
Yes.
Faith No More
is literally
has done more for the music scene.
That's music for smart people like me. As opposed to geek rock. It's not geek rock at all. In fact, it's kind of bizarre.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is now geek rock.
Yeah, for faggot geeks. But anyways, it's weird when you listen to like early '90s, like post Angel Dust, Faith No More. It sounds almost like just any other alt rock, except then you realize Faith No More actually did it first, and all the other bands were just trying to sound like them. And then Faith No More also is way elevated. Like Faith No More's sound is then all of a sudden it turns into a fucking gospel song with a choir and all this shit. And it's like, whoa, holy shit. This is completely different.
Like, this is fun. Oh, yes. Making music is fun.
Making music is fun. Anyways, so Chainsaw Suit, speaking of which, just a good comic. Here's the thing, though. Apparently, he got the guy who makes Chainsaw Suit got utterly one-shot insta-gibbed by the mere existence of Gamergate, the 9/11 of the internet, which it is. That's not even a joke. That is actually true. It was
the 9/11 of the internet, but except that Gamergate was absolutely deserved.
Yes. It was genuinely traumatic for for a giant contingent of political gay wads.
It's good that it happened, and it should happen again.
Yes. Gamergate, specifically.
Yes.
In fact, that's
not 9/11.
Not even 3/11. But
what's worse than 9/11?
What happens if you take a penny, 1 copper cent, and insert it into the assholes of each of the 5 members of Smash Mouth? Nickelback. Bam.
Oh man, that's a good one. Good one.
Neil Hamburger, who was or is friends with Mike Patton and did tons and tons of jokes trashing Red Hot Chili Peppers, and that got Neil Hamburger invited to sort of open for Faith No More very frequently.
Awesome.
Wonderfully. Yes. He would do all of the fucking... He had like 10 straight minutes of just Red Hot Chili Peppers. Why did the Red Hot Chili Peppers go under the bridge?
There's a plate of sperm they want to jack off onto.
I think it was a plate of shit, but specifically. Out of all the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who owns the most Grammys? The pawn shop across the street from Anthony Kiedis' heroin dealer. Just that shit like that for 10 straight minutes. It's
lowest
so good.
Rent jokes. But now that I know this, it's deserved.
Yes.
Now that I know that they don't like fucking whatever.
Well, that Red Hot Chili Peppers trashed Faith No More back when they did Epic and Falling to Pieces. Because
those were great songs, better than anything Red Hot Chili Peppers has ever done.
Yes, better than all Red Hot Chili Peppers songs combined. Just either one. Yep, Epic or Falling to Pieces. And to be honest, Underwater Love too. That one, or Surprise You're Dead.
The Real Thing. The album is called The Real Thing, so basically also The Real Thing.
Yeah, just The Real Thing. There's also the song The Real Thing. And then, and in a way, maybe that was a good thing, because after that, maybe because of that, they did Angel Dust, which was a giant departure, but also considered like their best album. Genuinely.
Again, better than anything the Red Hot Chili Peppers have ever done.
Yes, although Red Hot Chili Peppers more popular, more famous, and by everyone else's, by the Untermensch, the normie cattle criteria, therefore Red Hot Chili Peppers would have to be the better band. That's how, like the saying goes, normies decide who talks, not what is said.
Untermensch, Normie Mensch.
Yes. Stack the normies up to God. Smelly, dumb, normie scum. But anyways, so this is the first episode that I recorded with just me on the Steam Deck with my brother over in the other room on Discord. So this should work. It looks like everything's working. So
it looks like the Steam Deck is the best console ever made.
Yes, because it's allowing me to do this while sitting on a nice comfy recliner instead of the shitty office chair, which is old. I need to replace it. They never have cushioning. You know what has really good cushioning? A recliner. That should be my computer chair. A fucking recliner. A fucking leaf. But anyways.
A leaf.
A leaf. Anyways. So yeah, and it's funny, we found this great new system for recording these episodes, and then there's probably only going to be like another 20 left. How tragic.
Yeah, we finally have a superior method by which we can record these episodes more easily, so they'll be better quality.
They're so great. Well, at least for ease of use for us. That's the most important part.
And now it's over.
And now it's gonna be over. And what are we doing for one of these final episodes? We looked at 2 strips of Chainsaw Suit from like 13 years ago. Speaking of 13, been watching season 4 of House again. Just so good. I love the fucking, it was like season 6 or something where Foreman comes in and is like, I need to talk to you about Dr. Hadley. Or I think he says Remy. I want to talk to you about Remy. And House goes, who? And Foreman goes, 13. And House goes, oh, what did you call her? Because Foreman called her by her actual name, and it was just so jarring and confusing. Like, what? What's her name?
They end up calling her 13 for a while after that also.
No, yeah, they still basically call her 13 for the entire show, which is great. In fact, when her and Foreman are dating, House refers to them collectively as 14. Oh God, what a great show. It's so good. I've also been watching Hannibal again recently.
It's so good.
I'm almost done with that. I got to the Red Dragon episodes. To be honest, those are slower, but also there's something kind of comfortable about them because it's like the first actual Hannibal Lecter story. Anyways, you know, none of this really has anything to do with Chainsaw Soup.
None of this has to do with the fact that if I was going to give Chainsaw Soup the benefit of the doubt, a lot of people were like reflexively anti-Gamergate just immediately because, of course, they heard the fucking the narrative first before they actually knew what the hell they were talking about.
Against women.
These are all incels who hate women.
Yeah.
I didn't know you hated women, but at that point, you're behind on the joke.
I didn't know you hated women, but yeah.
You dropped the ball on the joke at that point.
Yes, that's the thing. You're not capable of being funny anymore after that. The same thing happened to Casey Green, which was really unfortunate because he did not only fucking a lot of great comics, but a lot of them are still memes, rightfully so. Chainsaw Suit, I think, is still funny. These 2 strips, we could have looked at a ton more, and they're still funny. You can't take that away from him.
The reason we're even covering them is because I was sorting my webcomics folder, and I came across them as like, this is some good stuff.
Yeah, this one I actually still remember the Nerd Rock fucking Zombie Ninja Epic Bacon Epic Carl Sagan.
I always remember that whenever I think of like hipsters and like Seattle, Portland bicycle enthusiasts and shit.
There was
this is why I hate you. This is why I've always hated them.
Even before Chainsaw Suit, I think there was that blog Die Hipster Die or something, and it was like it would have these like a picture of some hipster, and it would then go on as some kind of themed rant. I just remember one of them described hipsters as bacon enjoying, like as an insult, even though it's like, well, I like bacon. The way hipsters liked bacon, though, was that they would try to make it sort of their identity, and that's where like bacon ice cream came from and shit.
Yeah. Artisanal bacon. It's like it's bacon.
Yes.
Bacon jerk off.
Yeah, stop trying to fucking fancy up bacon. The fucking best thing about bacon is that it's simple. Anyways, you know what? All of these great topics. And you know what? Thank you, Chainsaw Suit, for bringing these to mind. So once again, great episode. Donate to our Subscribe Star.
All-time best episode forever and ever.
There's genuinely like next level hidden lore. I don't even want to say it's hidden. It's stuff that everyone should be noticing and are refusing to. If you want to see the stuff if you want to see the stuff that Kiwi Farms and Kino Casino are refusing to admit, check out our Subscribe Star. $5.
Those nobodies at Kiwi Farms, those nobodies at Kino Casino.
Yes.
We know better than them.
Yeah, they're in our shadow, unironically. Like, that's not bragging or anything. They're genuinely in our shadow. They're
not ego or vanity.
Decades behind us, even. So, if you want to find out how and about
Charlie Kirk.
Yes, if you want to know more about that.
Also swimming in our wake.
Yes.
First off, this is why you don't go around using your real name.
But also, Rip.
Yes, Ripperoni and Pepperoni. But I don't even agree with him. It's not like I agree with him on absolutely everything.
They deleted his hologram. Or rather, Charlie Kirk agreed with us. Because we actually created Charlie Kirk's opinions. You're welcome, Charlie Kirk, but also rest in peace.
And not at all not going to say anything negative about. You know me, I don't like to speak ill of the dead unless I don't
have
like
anything against him. It's just he was. I mean, the same way that he was have more respect for him than like Tim Pool, but he was basically just Tim Pool. He's Tim Pool, but he's dead now.
Milk toast center leftist.
Yeah. It's like that the Overton window thing where it's all these leftists like Ben Shapiro. They get placed on the left, and then on the actual right wing is like George Washington saying, "Why are women voting?" And then to left of him is actually I don't recognize who, voting? But it says, "Why are people voting?" Anyways, yeah. So again, if you want to hear the most basted with red place for plant sauce, pills.
If you're wondering why anyone has ever been based, it's because we were there first.
It's because
they took their talking points from us, and then they blocked us.
Yeah, they blocked us. Then they just parroted everything we had said, while they also talk shit about us, while also trying to get us doxxed and killed. If you're against Charlie Kirk being killed, but you're for anyone who was ever friends with Nick Rekieta, you're actually the exact same type of person.
You got Charlie Kirk killed.
Yes.
Are you a supporter of Nick Rekieta? You got Charlie Kirk killed.
Yeah, ever were. Not are you. Were you ever?
Ever. Still.
And that is morally quantifiable, too. Most people don't know how to quantify anything morally. We do. If you want to learn how, again, $5 on the Subscribe Star.
How many hours do I have to explain it to the rest of you? Normie pig cattle.
Normie pig cattle. Which, by the way, not a good thing to be. And that's not my opinion.
Stop that. Stop
being that. As my good personal friend and peer, Mel Gibson, said, stop being that. You're a pain in my ass. Stop being that. And, he was right about that. And just the same way.
I agree with him.
Yes, he agrees with me. Which is also just as good. Anyways, okay. So, yeah, if you want to find out the beyond of the beyond, go become PayPig. And for everyone else, go to listen to Shitty Webcomics.